Hey Laserpreneur, are you looking to get into the laser cutting industry, or maybe you're already in it but you're constantly asking yourself, have you missed the boat? Well, you're in luck. In this video we're going to talk about if the market is too saturated or not. Now don't get me wrong, it's an extremely valid concern. When I got into the laser engraving business more than 5 years ago, competition in my opinion was still pretty tough, and yes, today it is even tougher, but in my opinion, competition is a way to validate that there are buyers, and where there are buyers, there's money to be made. Now, let's be honest. At the surface level, yes, the laser engraving market does look very saturated because a simple search will yield probably the same thing that I see, and it's overflowing with a ton of sellers selling generic items. So yes, if you're selling generic items, the market is saturated. You'll also notice that there are a lot of people that own lasers and that are trying to sell laser cut and engraved items. And if you're new to the game, you might be asking yourself, how can I possibly compete, or how can I possibly stand out? And those are valid concerns. But just because there are a lot of players in the game, that doesn't mean that the market is saturated for you. And that's the key thing that we need to do, is find a way that you can stand out from everybody else. Now, where there's a lot of similar supply of essentially generic laser engraving products, there's not a lot of demand for those. There is a limited supply of unique items. So that's where we want to focus our time and efforts on, is to make unique laser engraving items, and that is going to help us stand out inside of the marketplace. The first thing that we need to do if we want to stand out in front of the marketplace is that we need a clear defined niche. So how do we go about in doing that? Well, instead of being a generalist, like a general store, you got to think about it this way. Would you go to a general store if you were looking for a personalized custom gift? Most likely not. You would go to someone that specializes in making a particular type of product, whether that's a custom engraving of a house, something like that, maybe your house. You wouldn't go to a general store for that. You would go to someone who specializes in it. So my challenge for you today is, if you don't have a niche, or if your niche isn't doing well, we need to develop a strategy and to see if we could find our own winning niche. And yes, it does involve a little bit of work, but guess what? Welcome to the real world. This does take work if you want to be successful. So my first step is for you to find your niche, and that is going to help you differentiate yourself in the marketplace. The second step to help you stand out inside of the crowded marketplace is to be different. Holy cow! No way that being different will help you stand out in front of the crowded marketplace. So what do I mean by being different? Well, these are examples of how not to be different. If you're buying the exact same files as everyone else, if you're selling the exact same product with the exact same fonts and the exact same colors as everyone else. So these are things that are not a winning recipe if you want to stand out inside of the marketplace. This is challenging, I know. It is much easier to go on Facebook and ask people, show me your best-selling earring designs, or show me your best products for Easter, or show me your best products for Mother's Day, or show me your best ornaments for Christmas. That is going to have everyone else selling the exact same product. So what do we need to do? We need to be able to be different inside the marketplace, and it is a challenge. Yes, I understand this does involve a little bit of effort. I understand that, but if you could differentiate yourself from all the other laser makers, or a large portion of all the other laser makers, you will stand out inside of the marketplace. The demand for personalized products, in my opinion, will always be there. People love custom gifts, but we have to offer unique renditions of those gifts. If we're selling the exact same wallet, for example, with, let's say like for a Father's Day, with your dad's initials or potential father's initials on it, that's not going to be custom enough, all right? We need to ante up our level of customization by offering unique things. So if we take that wallet example, we can easily put some kind of child's handwriting on that, or a picture that they drew, or some kind of individual handwriting that they wrote a note to their dad. Something along those lines will make the product even more personalized, and if people have more personalization to it, they're going to be much more likely to purchase. Now, up next, I want to go over some strategies that can help us thrive in this crowded marketplace. As I mentioned before, really the first step is going to be deciding what niche we want to try to go in. But we have to do a little bit more research and see where there is actual demand, not just something that we're interested in. Developing a laser brand is also a great tool to help us stand out in front of the marketplace. If we can try to have a brand and not just sell a bunch of random products, that will help us get repeat customers and relate to our ideal customer a lot better. In the world of Amazon and Walmart and fast fashion, the one way that we could help ourselves stand out is also by focusing on quality and craftsmanship. Now, I know that may be not necessarily surprising to hear, but if you actually make quality products, people are going to appreciate it. And if you have quality products, you could charge a premium price for that. So we need to focus on quality, not just churning out as many orders as possible. Another not so surprising element to help us stand out inside the marketplace is to have exceptional customer service. So if you're on Etsy, for example, and you're trying to sell your products and you get a message and you're scrolling or you're cooking dinner and then that message goes ignored for hours, that's not acceptable customer service. So what we want to do is we want to grab our phone, respond appropriately within a short amount of time, because if that time goes by, that potential customer is probably not going to be a customer at all, because we need to get on those messages as soon as possible. This next one, you're pretty much going to hear me say in every single video, and you need to have some kind of strategic marketing strategy. So what do I mean about strategic marketing? Well, I'll tell you what it's not. It's not just throwing a listing up on our website or up on Etsy or posting a picture on social media and not driving anybody anywhere, right? Not trying to get any kind of email addresses or not trying to put it in front of the right audience. We need to be strategic on how we get our products in front of the right customers and where to get them in front of the right customers. And if you're not marketing your products, no one is going to know that you have them. And they're not going to purchase them because they don't know that you make them. So we need some kind of marketing strategy in order to get sales. Posting and praying is just not going to cut it anymore. There is still plenty of opportunity inside of the laser cutting market. We know that generalists will get lost, but the demand for unique products that are personalized and that are different than everyone else's, there is huge demand for that. So don't let the fear of competition paralyze you. Instead, use it as motivation to be more creative, more strategic, and more focused on delivering exceptional value for your specific audience. All right, now I want your opinion. Do you think that the laser engraving market is too saturated? What are your current opinions on the laser market today? If you've been in the laser game for as long as I've had, you may have seen some ups and some downs, some trends. So comment below on something that you've noticed now or something that you've seen in the past. I would love to hear it. And if you're ready to dig a little deeper about finding your own profitable niche, how to dominate it, how to make products that people actually want, and how to incorporate strategic visibility into your own laser engraving business, then you're in luck. Right now, I'm doing 4 live sessions every single day to help you take your hobby to a full-time business with your laser engraving side hustle. So if you're looking to make money, if you're looking to take your business from hobby to a full-time business, then you're definitely going to want to secure your seat for one of these limited time sessions. Click the link below to register today. Once again, my name is Brandon, the co-founder of Laser Design Club, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. And if you liked today's video, you're going to love this next one. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.